Have you ever noticed how it's easier to help an injured animal that isn't trying to bite you than one that is? Even if both of them are hurting, one communicates openness and the other communicates danger. And honestly, I think human beings do the exact same thing emotionally. It's called the wounded animal theory. Sometimes people are deeply hurt, but they communicate that pain through aggression, defensiveness, emotional reaction, isolation, or pushing people away, which creates a brutal cycle because the more difficult you become to connect with, the harder it becomes for help, relationships, and opportunities to actually reach you. And the hard truth is, a wounded animal can be the most dangerous. And honestly, when I look back on parts of my life, especially college, I needed help. But I was also terrible at relationship management. I took things personal, I was emotional, and I was defensive. And all those things led me to be hyper aware of disrespect, rejection, and judgment. And I didn't realize how much that energy was pushing people away, even the people that were trying to help me. Looking back now, I can see that I was hurting, but I was also becoming difficult to connect with. And this is the part that sometimes people struggle hearing. Sometimes your pain is real while your behavior is still harmful. Because when you're hurt, your reactions feel justified. But eventually, I had to stop asking, why do I feel hurt? And start asking, how is my pain affecting the people around me? Because regardless of what I had gone through or was going through, I was still damaging relationships, opportunities, trust, and connections. And eventually, people stop reaching for wounded animals that keep biting them. A lot of people don't realize the inability to regulate emotions quietly affects everything because it is what's affecting your relationship, your career, your leadership, your trust, and your communication. Because people stop opening doors for individuals who make every interaction emotionally challenging. And I think that a lot of people today are hurting. But instead of healing, they normalize emotional reactions, avoidance, bitterness, isolation, and pushing people away. And then they wonder why life starts feeling lonely. What changed my life was realizing healing isn't just feeling better emotionally, it's becoming safer to connect with, safe to communicate with, safe to build with, and safe to trust. Because if every disagreement feels like an attack, every correction feels personal. Every difficult conversation becomes more emotional, and eventually, life becomes very hard to navigate. So, some people don't need to become less emotional, they need to become more grounded, more aware, more honest, and more responsible for the energy that we are bringing into other people's lives. And honestly, I'm grateful that I can see it now. Because now, I can take the pain, the mistakes, the lessons, and the confusion and use them to help other people grow faster than I did. And that is the beautiful thing about surviving hard experiences. You can turn your survival into wisdom. And eventually, your words stop becoming weapons and they start becoming guidance. Still, some people are waiting for life, relationships, opportunities, and purpose to finally reach them, while they still communicate danger to everything that is trying to help them. And I understand it, because I used to live there too. But eventually, I realized that healing isn't a weakness, it's a responsibility. Because wounded people still affect the people around them. And regardless of what you have been through, remember this. You made it through, and a lot of people didn't. And so, don't waste the life that you still have trying to stay emotionally trapped in the version of you that got hurt. Heal, grow, and become someone safe enough for good people, good opportunities, and purpose to actually reach.